now, but I can't do the roll through anymore. Right? You'll notice that even if I get this, I can't get under here without removing this arm. So that's another way that this stack is better than just kind of leaning in with your body, right? So he's gaining control. So when he does this, even if I have such a tight grip here that I don't keep his, he's not able to remove his whole arm, but he gets his elbow out when he does it, so go ahead and here. I have to react by re-guarding, because as soon as he starts to lean down, even if I have this arm, it does nothing. Because when his head starts coming down on me, I'm pretty much done. So the second that that elbow comes out, most good guard players are going to try and block his shoulder and just come back to guard. Because you've lost the position at that point, you have to, getting back to square as a win at that point. Okay. So if I am doing this one, and he's going to do this style where he's fallen kind of to this side, it's important that we have the correct arm holding, meaning it's my left holding his left, so that when he keeps falling this way, I can post and I can make sure my head is not in a bad spot. Okay? So if somebody kind of falls this way, you know, that's when some of us were losing the armbar. We've got to make sure that we can post and stay with them and complete that corkscrew. If you only have your right arm, or you're thinking that it doesn't matter which arm you can post on, it becomes much harder. Because even without a partner, if I'm holding the right arm and I need to go this way, the second that I go here, you know, maybe you can post like this, but it's much harder rather than here. This is way more natural feeling and going through. Okay, so Steve and I were talking about it, kind of whether you're from judo or jiu-jitsu, we're kind of all taught generally at the beginning that like the armbar is pretty much almost done once the leg comes over the head. But really, once you get to a higher level, it's not really the case. Whether you're watching like Olympic judo, you know, a lot of American team members had really good arm bars. You know, Ronda Rousey, Travis Stevens, Jimmy Pedro, that kind of American squad, a lot of Japanese players. But a lot of it is happening on the corkscrew, right? It's actually the hips going down and changing that lock the arm in. So that's really, you know, the foot in front of the face is kind of like the first 30%, if we think about it that way. Okay.
Yeah, if I have to take and wrestle your arm to like, or if anybody has to take my arm to wrestle it straight,
Yeah.
start again.
Yeah.
I mean that's how we're taught in judo, especially like for arm bars. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna do this juji.
Yeah.
Like all the way from
Right.
all the way
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, like the person's just laying there and it's like
Yeah.
this big hip explosion. Yeah.
But in this context of, you know, working in the guard,
Yeah.
that's just not the case.
Yeah.
I like this entrapment on the side of the head and having that arm down, leg on top of the back. That's what it starts for sure.
The other thing too, just with armors, just generally in training, whether we're doing open mat or class, if you're ever at extended arm for 3 seconds, that we consider that like a tap, right? Because if you're just kind of sitting there and relying on flexibility or will or whatever, we consider that a tap. And it also encourages, it coaches the person here to go for control and extension rather than like trying to blast through your elbow, which is, I don't really want to do unless we really have to in like a tournament setting or something, but we want control over